y'all doing? Nah, let me stop. Listen, welcome to Seen and Not Heard. I would wonder what you guys have seen since the last time we've seen you. What have you heard since the last time you've heard us? What have you seen lately? What have you heard lately?
I mean, the last couple movies I seen that got me was I seen Doom Part 2 finally.
Okay.
Sci-fi shit. Probably not your bag. Yeah.
That's hate.
Might not be your bag, yo.
I mean, safe
We'll
assumption,
see.
but
Safe assumption, but we'll
gotta
see.
say it the right way.
We'll see. And then I saw Civil War finally. That was good.
Okay.
That might be something I'll bring up to you in a chat.
Heard you.
We'll do some research on it first and then see how you feel about it. But that was really good. I thought that was awesome.
Cool.
And then rewatched a couple thrillers with Shorty. Put her onto some shit. That's really it, yo.
Yeah, I gotta I think I need to either find out if I can get a profile on there
on the app,
or if I need to buy one because
I think I could send you. I think there's I gotta send you a separate link or some shit.
Only reason I asked that is because I'd be like, yo, I don't want to cloud up your recents. I was about to start watching a bunch of stuff.
Word. My daughter be watching mad shit, so it don't even.
I was like, I'm gonna ruin it.
Word. Nah, you good. You good. That's hilarious.
Not that I'm watching anything questionable.
Word. I mean,
but it's funny on a. Did you listen to Button's recent Patreon
from today?
Yeah.
Nah, I got 15 minutes.
Guess what they talked about? A Serbian film.
That's hilarious.
They didn't talk about it, but they
actually when I was pulling in, that's where I just got at. And yo, I hate listening to them talk about
absolutely
movies. Yo, they just be fumbling over.
But it was funny only because they had a bunch of conversations that made me think, are they in our conversation?
Yeah.
It was like,
hey,
y'all listening to us or are we listening to y'all or what's going on?
Yeah. Shout out to Wes for suggesting that.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. It was a little too.
Yeah.
It was a bit much for a suggestive view.
It's a lot.
Maybe a little more tame choice, and then we'll go with it.
Yeah.
But before we go on a tangent, what do we have for today?
Shit we heard recently. Vince Staples, Dark Times.
Vince Staples, Dark Times.
Kind of surprised us.
That's right. Yeah. But before we even get into the album, shout out to our episode 0, Vince Staples Show.
That's a fact.
We just had the recent announcement that the Vince Staples Show is going to be renewed for season 2 on Netflix. Yes. So I think that the fanfare spoke and Netflix listened, and that's great. But now we can get back on topic. I apologize.
Word, no, we good. So we got Vince Staples, Dark Times, released May 24th of this year. Labels, whatever, Def Jam, some notable producers on here.
That would be important. So.
Yeah, definitely. We got Cardo on there, Benny Bach, Alex Goose, Joe Harrison, Jay Versace. Jay Versace be popping up in a lot of spots. Are you aware who Jay Versace is? Yo, he was this kid that went viral. He's got a bunch of classic GIFs and memes posted.
Is it? I think I know who it is.
Yeah, darker skinned kid,
skinny dude.
Yeah, one of his memes is him eating. He's eating some shit. Another one,
I know who that is.
Gallivanting through a field, yo,
singing, singing. Look, dude, yep,
singing,
I remember him.
Yep. But yo, he did a whole project for Boldy James. He's got mad stuff with West Side Gun and Benny
that's
and
crazy.
Boys. Yeah, bro, it's very interesting turn of events, yo.
Had to look him up. That's exactly
who it is, yo. Exactly. So, but yeah. So a couple dope producers on here. The interview that we watched. He mentioned these are guys that he's worked with on the last couple projects. So, because I'm not familiar with all the names, but if they've been producing for him for the last however many releases, I'm very familiar with their work just because of how I feel about his last 4 or 5 releases. So
got you.
So yeah, that's really it for the basic stuff. I feel like it kind of not dropped out of nowhere because he did just pop up on us a week or 2 probably before and was like, yo, I got an album coming out, gave us the little clip of was it Shame on the Devil, I believe was the title. Yeah, that was the lead joint. Yeah, Shame on the Devil. And it was just like, yo, Vince is dropping. I mean, dude is like, we share, I don't know if it's like an admiration or just an interest in like just the way he like speaks and how he carries himself and
very articulate dude.
Yeah.
Articulate. I think when people try to get off the thought of black people are not a monolith, I think of people like him.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily code switching specifically, but effortlessly operating in both worlds.
Yeah.
Like I would never look at him and say he was somebody that was ignorant, but I would never look at him and say he was somebody that wasn't street smart. Because of the way he effortlessly navigates both worlds.
Yeah.
Like that's how I look at him. Like so like it's not weird to see him converse with a politician, but it's also not weird to see him talk to the OGs.
Yeah.
If he had to like talk to a group of people that was on the corner ragged up or whatever. Like him being himself works in multiple environments.
Yep. I like that. So we got, 13 tracks. It's really 10 songs because I think there's 3 interlude snippet type joints. Like I do like I'm 50-50 when artists do like the skits. I prefer to just tack something on in between tracks, like at the end of one song, beginning of another type thing. Gotcha. It helps with flow, no matter what the content is. But I just hate when it's like a separate track.
You know what the counter to that argument is, and I mean I think we've dealt with that when we're creating or working on a project, is if you should make it a separate song or not. But what happens is
I wish we were able to for our shit, because that's exactly how I feel, yo. It's got to be like a moment.
But the thing is like when it comes to playlisting, it kind of ruins playlisting.
Yeah.
Because now you got like this thing that's intricate to the flow of the whole album, messing up a playlist. Because it's like you hear a song and then all of a sudden you hear like an argument between the guy and the girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
sidebar, I feel like you can apply that to why some people don't think Kendrick don't got no slaps, or why his albums may not flow. Damn doesn't have none of that. His first 2 have that. It's got the Pac shit at the end of damn near every song on To Pimp a Butterfly, and then on his first album, it plays like a movie, and it's got the narrative in between all the songs.
So you think that makes it more? No, I'm saying I'm trying to follow you.
No, I'm saying that like, although I like some of the effect. I'm agreeing with your point with how it might mess up playlisting.
Oh yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that could be like a little like subconscious thing that kind of puts people off.
It's like mainstream brain. You know what I mean? Like versus like
because YG's album brain had that shit too. He tried to do like the narrative thing, but he had more bouncy shit, yo. Anyway, off topic, yo, on topic. West Coast artists, you know, it's all the same shit, yo. But yeah, yo, very concise.
30 minutes or so. Maybe
30 minutes, yeah. Honestly, it's like it says 35, but if you take out the snippets, yo, smooth 30, man.
To get to the end, like I mean, by the time it was at the end, I couldn't believe it was there. Like it was quick.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, and I told you, like I was saying, you're gonna have to carry the episode only because oftentimes it was almost like background music for me. No knock to the production, but because of the way some of the beats were more mellow and laid back, I was actually in a space where I was like, yo, you know what? Like anything else could distract me. Like it wasn't pulling all of my attention in. It wasn't making me zero in on it. Certain songs, certain themes will catch me. And I mean, we'll get to that because I got like some.
I like what you're saying because looking at the track list, it doesn't pick up until like in like tempos until Etouffee, and then there's another track. I think I want to say it's Radio. I think it's Radio where it's that house vibe. So like sequencing in albums is very important. Not saying that I don't like the sequencing on here, but I feel like if he would have front loaded with like, cause you got Black and Blue that has the very musical, very musical production. And then if you have Etouffee and I'm pretty sure it's radio, you have those in that front half, it kind of makes, it's the pacing. The pacing of the album might feel a little bit better.
And this is another thing that we've ran into while creating. Sometimes you don't have more of those.
That's a fact. Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And like, you fully, like, although you fully have accomplished what you wanted to accomplish while making the project, like, say you're like, yo, these are all the thoughts or these are all the beats that I want to get off. They all sound great until you're trying to sequence.
Word.
And then you realize, like, this one song in your brain subconsciously had 3 slots.
Okay.
Because, like, lyrically, you thought it fit maybe 7th in the sequence or 8th in the sequence. But then musically, you thought it fit maybe 3rd in the sequence.
Word.
But then, like, and another part of you, like, it's like, oh, when it comes to, like, the crescendoing and decrescendoing of the album, you thought maybe it fit more like 9th. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and you don't realize that that song has so many purposes subconsciously in your head until you're like, wait, I don't have 3 of these.
Word.
I only have this one of this beat type. And then you're like, wow, now the album's kind of dead until you get to that.
Yeah.
So then you like kind of like settle. And even though in your brain you're like, yo, it could be 3, 5, or 9. But you know what? All right, we'll split the difference, and all of a sudden now it's 6.
It's yeah.
Because you're just trying to put it somewhere, like, and that, like, it sucks when you're like figuring the strategy of the project versus the feel of the music and all these things. You know what I mean? Like, you just, I mean, I would imagine that chefs understand when you're just trying to like balance all the ingredients and trying to make it perfect. You know what I mean? But that's, like, I don't even think people understand that background thinking of the creation of a project.
I'm glad like we're here with an artist, because I know just me as a producer, I definitely have gone through certain levels of like, you know, just doing the few beat tapes that I've done. You know, it's virtually the same thing. You know, virtually the same thing. I don't have to worry about lyrical content, but you know, yeah, that's a great point. You know, and not for nothing, bro. Like, I mean, he's a creative dude. Like, even with our conversation earlier, bro, we kind of just hinted at like you know, we talked about a little bit about the creative processes, but just like how sometimes, you know, whatever you create, it means one thing to you, but you put that out in the world, bro, everybody has their own interpretation. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yo, he stays in his own little wheelhouse of just like, yo, just retelling stories from his upbringing, talking about his family, and then Crippin' and how that's affected his life. I
mean,
and then he throws in he's got his conscious stuff that he throws in there, yo. Just very, very. I don't want to call him like, you know, a black empowering like type of artist. He's not like Public Enemy with it.
No, but I mean,
he's like a most def, like the system.
I would just say
trying to play niggas type.
I would say he has his elements of being woke. Like, I keep it that simple. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, and you never know when you're going to stumble into a woke moment with him.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's evidenced by what he talked about in the Zane Lowe interview. Because he basically was like, yo, like, sometimes he'll just go off on like a tangent in a bar or so, and they'll be like, yo, could you not get too political right here? And he's like, yeah, that's just me. Like, that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what I felt when, like, you know, I mean, he was definitely on some artist stuff because he was like more like, that's the canvas. This is what I painted. All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah. I'm out. Yeah, and I fuck with that, yo. Like, I fuck with that. It's a true testament to like his personality. Because like for me, I think I've told you, I think even since our very first episode, like, yeah, I've been a fan of dude arguably his whole career, yo. So like to see like his progression and just to like even just to now look at, because it makes me go every time my favorite artist drops some shit, it makes me want to go back, listen to a bunch of shit. And I'm like, yo, this dude has one of the more eclectic, like if you think of like a Kanye's catalog where it's a lot of different sounds. Vince is kind of, he's not as drastic with his risk taking, but yo, dude put out a whole like European house type of project like years before. This is probably his second or third project.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Years before a lot of people, because now that's like a very popular
of
sound.
course,
You know what I'm saying?
course, yeah.
We've become more accepting, I think, as a whole.
Yeah.
With like, because listening to the radio now, you're hearing country stuff on hip hop and R&B.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But anyway, I appreciated like a lot of the concepts, and again, it's just the storytelling. It did feel a little bit moody. I don't look for Vince to do the, like, we can even start going into like just top three songs, slash, even just beats that we fucked with. But like, I think one of them was definitely at Etouffee for the both of us.
Etouffee is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
I have maybe I do have 4 favorite songs.
Okay.
If I think about it, because Etouffee, I do like the feel of Black and Blue.
Yeah.
I
got a little melodic shit, with the flow. Yeah.
I mean, but I like the I'll call that like the quote unquote chant choir, but it's almost like an everyman sound. It doesn't sound like you're really trying to sing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like very like more talkative, melodic.
Yeah.
Like I've always had a nice soft spot musically for that. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's just like you can see where that's very listener friendly on a show, because it's already not challenging vocally.
Gotcha.
Like you're not trying to get people to like sing along with Jasmine Sullivan.
Right.
Like where it's like you're clearly getting outclassed. You're never gonna be able to do what she's doing. But here we are at the show and it feels great. So I'm gonna like do a horrible job just to sing along. You know what I mean? But it's like Black and Blue. Like, you know what I mean? Like just the way. And I think there's another one. I think that might be the same one. Is that Radio?
Radio, yeah.
That has that same vibe.
Bounce, yeah.
Like I was talking about for the that vocal for the chorus, I believe.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, yep.
So that one, I like that. I really like Liars.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's
subtle.
Yeah.
It's subtle.
Yeah.
But I think like
I love the that's I forget the woman, but that's James Baldwin and another woman talking. That's like a very classic.
Oh yeah. I think it's
like,
is that
It's like is it in between? It's like at the end. I think it's at the end of Liars.
I forgot it.
Yeah, because she's like, yo, lie to me like you lie to them crackers down the street.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, you've definitely
seen it before. I forgot her name. Is it Angela Davis?
I don't know.
I think it is Angela Davis.
I feel like, yeah.
I think it's Angela Davis. Yeah,
that'll be something, we could pull up.
But I'm pretty sure that's Angela Davis. And she's talking about like, getting the least of a person and saying like, lie to them like you lie to me. I mean, like, lie to me like you lie to them.
Yeah.
Like if that's what the lie gets you. Because, like we give our significant other at times like our most depleted versions of ourselves. Because, like that's where you actually get to unload. After you've been smiling at work and forcing your way through it all day, or
driving for
you know what I mean, like, and I hate that term because I don't even think like it's really shucking and jiving. I get that was in the context of what she said, but it's like it's just kind of functioning. Like, all right, so say you didn't smile at your boss, that was like all like quote unquote the white man, your boss. So, like say you just like had to do customer service. You'd have to have a decent disposition to deal with your customers all day. Never interact with your boss, close the place up, go home and be pissed. And you wouldn't be like, oh, you were nice to the people. It's like, no, like when I go to the store, I want the people to be nice to me. So now that I'm the person giving this customer service, shouldn't I be nice to them, regardless of how pissed I am at the world? Like, come on, man. You think like niggas at like Chick-fil-A don't have a bad day?
Word.
Like, you're never going to see it, though. Those are nice people in the world. They're so nice you think those people are on drugs. Like, they're not realistically that nice all the time. Like,
you going in right
I'm
now.
just saying, if I told you that everybody at Chick-fil-A was on Prozac, you would not be surprised. You'd be like, them niggas is dumb nice.
All right, yo.
Am I tripping?
Not tripping. Not tripping, but that's making me debate if I want to even go to Chick-fil-A tomorrow, yo.
Why? They're closed on Sunday. You got to take advantage of the fact that they're open.
Tomorrow's not Sunday.
That's what I'm saying. There's always going to be a day to not go there.
Yo, listen. You had Etouffee, Black and Blue,
Liars
said
and
Liars
Radio.
was cool. And Radio.
Yo, matter of fact, Nothing Matters. I like that song too.
Word. So
I have more than I thought.
That's what's up. I'm proud of you, bro.
I'm proud of Vince.
Yo, and shout out to Vince.
The music meshes.
It does.
So when you start to like really dissect it, there's things about each song that I like.
I definitely had Black and Blue. Like Etouffee was just fun. I love Little Homies. I thought Little Homies was really dope. And Children's Song.
Honorable mention, Free Man.
Yeah. Closes out
album.
The project. Yeah. It's
better than I thought. Honestly,
it's solid, yo. It's and honestly, like, yo, just for a fan of his, yo, like, I mean, his last 3 have been crazy. And then when you include something like Summertime '06, yo, like dude is on a nice career run, yo. A very under the radar but very quality. He gives you he's given a lot. Like just add it. Like when I'm looking at this with his catalog, he's definitely in this stretch where like his music is like from Vince Staples to this has a theme, yo. Like it's
I'm excited.
Dark-ish.
I'm excited to see where he goes.
Yeah, cause
and I'm not being as soon as you get an album, you're checking for the next album guy. Mm-hmm. But it's because it's his last album on Def Jam.
Last album on Def Jam, yeah. We was rapping about that, and we even said like, oh, this kind of feels like it might have been mailed in a little bit. Yeah. But it's fucking good. Like,
but when I say go ahead.
No, I'm just saying like, yeah, he just like mailing it in can fall on a spectrum, yo. But like, yo, out of a lot of the mailed in projects that we've gotten, let's say the last decade, this was pretty good. Yo.
I mean, for me, I guess it's the sonically, for lack of better words, even though that's like such a cliche. I hate to be sitting here giving a review and use that word because it's such a review word though. It's like sonically.
Yeah.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. But sonically, I feel like it was more of just like a mixed bag. It wasn't necessarily like I didn't feel like something like tied it in or like a theme made it cohesive. So it's like I wouldn't be surprised if like I was making a Vince Staples playlist and those songs that I liked made it on there. Mm-hmm. But nothing made me feel like you ever hear an album so good that you don't want to separate parts from it?
Like you just
don't even want to playlist it. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I want to hear it all the way.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about those definitive classics when you're like, I gotta hear it all the way through. Mm-hmm. I gotta hear it the way they set it up.
I told you about Blue Lips. How I feel about Blue Lips this year. Right. That's one that I put it on from track 1.
Great album.
And I play it through. Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that. Like what I like from him that he's given us on albums like Ramona Park and Summertime '06 and even Big Fish Theory, peaks and valleys. And a lot of my favorite projects have a lot of peaks and valleys.
Knowing that the Vince Staples show started on YouTube, that iteration of it.
Yep.
Knowing he can be that creative, knowing he can also make projects, I'd love to see something that like came with a short film. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was holding that back.
Word.
Like for when he's independent. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm just like, a person that smart, a person that creative, I'm not saying he has to do that by any means, but I'd be really impressed just to see like where like the pictures he paints, like to tie the videos in. Yeah. To something, to some sort of scripted situation, I could see something really cool
like
coming out.
It's the Vince Staples show, but it could be like a la like the Truman Show type of,
But almost, and like, I think as he dives more into film, that may like ignite that where he cuts the music in half, like, and it might be an EP. So he already doesn't. He's not a person that gives you too much music. So it's like instead of 13 songs, like it might be 6 or 5. But it's coming in a visual pack. You know what I mean? Like something crazy. I don't know.
That'd be dope. Interesting. Yeah. He'd be one of the main artists to flip like that. But yo, a career thus far. Shout out to Vince. Like I definitely, for me, just looking at, and this is not even including like the mixtapes, because like if had you been a deeper fan, I was gonna be like, yo, like remember some because like I was gonna go over like some of my favorite projects, but like 2 of them shits is mixtapes, yo. They not even on.
Ramona's an album, though, right?
Ramona's an album, yeah.
Okay.
Ramona, yeah, and then that Ramona was dope. And Ramona to me was like instantly in his top 3. Might be like his best album, like overall, like just for what he did with that last one. So, but yeah, no, that's all I really got, yo. Again, shout out to Vince. Go check that out.
I would think
rating. You got a rating?
Oh, I still have more to talk about.
Oh, word. Let's get it. Oh, let's get it. I thought shit.
Man, nah. Yo, we got to break down liars.
This is all right. This is dope because, bro, I thought, I told you we was gonna be good with this episode, yo. Because when you started talking, I was like, nah, he likes more of this than
for
I
sure.
thought.
I'm critical, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have to break down liars.
Okay, let's get it.
I think respectfully, both of us taken. So there's that. But I mean, wow. Just the theory of liars, never mind the intro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, it's a very, like, boy meets girl, meets her that day, like, they're vibing, whatever the case may be. Oh, wow, you want me to come to your apartment? Cool. Sounds great.
Yeah. Slide.
Pull up, like, vibes are vibing. Shout out to my man Will. I know he'd laugh at you as soon as I say vibes are vibing. I know he's laughing at you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so then all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. And he's like, oh man, like, is everything good? Like he's tapping for his, protective equipment if we'll say anything else. Yeah. Like maybe we're gonna have to violently work our way out the door.
And prophylactic, but
and then she's calming him down and she opens the door for who was banging on the door. And she introduces the guy that she's been hanging with all day that she just met as her cousin. Because her boyfriend is angrily at the door of the house.
Wild. Kid's a great storyteller, man.
That's
a great storyteller.
I mean, like...
Have you been in that situation?
That's one specifically, no. But in theory...
I don't think I've been through
not that specifically, but in theory, yes.
But I've definitely, like, what was the Drake line? Oh, you hugging, what was the hugging in the club?
Oh, I know them kind of hugs.
I know them kind of hugs. Definitely have been the one that's been hugged where it's just like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, that's her new nigga. Like, damn.
Sorry,
homie.
bro.
It's not your girl.
No, she is.
In this instance, for sure. Or you know what?
She's your girl.
Yeah, y'all are made for each other.
No. Like we've all been on Earth a while and we've met before. Like before she was yours.
Yeah.
We met.
It's all right. You know.
Yo, he said it's you know.
Yo.
Nah, see, that's when you start sounding like on Dead Presidents. When he was like, I taught her that. Like, he was wild. Like, you will get killed talking like that. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, that's one we got to do, too.
He was out of pocket.
Yeah,
Dead Presidents is a class.
Fucking, yeah, that's insane.
But not, bro, I just, like, Liars was very interesting to me. Just because, like, like, obviously, like, men get the narrative for cheating as opposed to, like, women. And it's like, that was some very egregious cheating. Like, it was like, why did you bring a dude to your house?
Yeah, like, you could have at least asked if, can we go back to your crib? Or maybe you just didn't want to see that forward. But, if it's like that, let's
First
go get
meeting? Go see a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be public. I get it. You got to keep it low.
It's dark, though.
Nah. You belong to somebody else. What you doing on a date? You just gallivanting on these streets?
Yeah, gallivanting.
Arm swinging?
Gallivanting is crazy.
Think about it, yo. Like, you can't be walking
gallivanting
next to
on
nobody.
The first day is kind of nuts, yo.
I can say gallivanting if they're vibing enough that she invited him to her apartment. I'm not crazy.
Is there
She's
a time
insane.
frame on the gallivanting?
Yes. There is a time frame on gallivanting.
Yeah.
But they were definitely gallivanting if she invited him to her crib.
Word.
Like, you got to think,
That's
like,
fair.
that's not, hey, how you doing? What's your number? All right, I'm going to holler at you later. And then she's like, matter of fact,
Yeah,
the apartment.
Like we walked to a
no,
couple
that was
spots.
a great conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, might have got some soft serve, something right there.
Trying to
like there had to be something happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like there was definitely a food truck. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were walking and talking.
It's LA, yeah.
Walking, talking. Yeah. Might have got a taco, corn or something. Who knows?
It's too many euphemisms, things. Bro. There was definitely some.
I'm just saying. Like a lot had to happen for her to be like, you know what? Let's keep this party going. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't just the short.
Yeah.
Like you know short interactions with a person that are very introductory, that lead to a phone number exchange, and then lead to like, all right, let's walk away before this conversation gets awkward. Because like it was cool, but I think if we stay here 2 more minutes, it's gonna get weird. So you know what? Let's leave and then we'll regroup and we'll build up.
Right.
We'll build up to have like an actual date or whatever. But every now and then, back in your days, back in the single days, you have a conversation with somebody where you're like, yo, you know what? This is one of them ones. Like this kind of conversation, we could talk all day off a first meeting.
Yeah.
And that's what those are gallivanting.
Word.
Like, why are you out here smiling, tilting
It's rare, yeah.
Why are you tilting your head? Like, pick your head up, my G. Like, relax. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing too much. You're having a good time.
Your head like a puppy is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, multiple stops on the first meet. Like, come on, like, imagine like they're talking.
Yo, I know this spot around the way. I think you'd like it. Hey, yo.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
Yeah.
That's kind of far. My house is closer. What? Wow.
Oh, I make these better at the crib. Yo, all right. So
meanwhile,
liars.
Whole boyfriend at work.
Yeah.
What a nigga.
This is my bestie.
It's like my cousin, Justin.
Yo, what
Yo, I'm not nobody's cousin, Justin. Yo, he just said, yo, nice to meet you, and walked out the house.
I'm gone.
Yo, that's crazy.
I'm gone.
That's a good song. That's storytelling.
Yeah.
For us to go out on that long of a tangent.
Especially for, like, when most of his storytelling is fucking dark.
Gang-related,
homies
violence
getting killed. He always references his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Just upbringings, problems with his dad, stuff with his mom and shit like that. This was definitely more lighthearted, relatable. Right. You know what I'm saying? What do you think is worse here? Getting introduced as a family member?
Family member's the worst.
Or the gay bestie?
Whoa. See, I didn't know gay bestie was on the...
I heard that.
I thought you were just going to say friend.
I heard that. I think that's more so a side dude, not just like you caught me right before I was about to like really cheat versus
I'm going to tell you why I say the gay bestie. And this is no disrespect to the LGBTQIA+. Do I got all the letters?
I think so.
Community. Now, any letters I missed, no offense to you. Shout out to y'all and everything you're doing. Much respect.
It's great.
Your life, your choice.
You like it? I love it.
You know what I'm saying? No. Like, whatever makes the sun shine for you. Back to what I'm saying.
That's a bar.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be labeled the gay bestie.
I feel like
because that means that you think I could pass for that.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't think you was gonna go there. I thought
you have to think the lie is believable.
I thought
like you have to lie. Like if you're lying to your boyfriend saying this is my gay best friend K, you think I can pull that off?
So I didn't know you was gonna go there.
You gotta say I'm your cousin.
Being labeled the gay bestie is probably something that's been rehearsed. So if you're comfortable enough to consider me that because we're doing whatever, then we probably did fucking some type of role play. Yikes. Where you're like, yo, he's gotta believe it. So you gotta talk effeminate or whatever.
Nah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I guess I'm the cousin.
If I'm gay bestie, I gotta be a fitted wearing this is me. But you just
I
ain't gonna say no.
We're not gonna nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Cause like
I'm not gonna wild out.
Yeah, like describing what type of gay you have to be.
What up, my G?
The gay bestie off is crazy.
What up, my G?
Like, yo, shout out to you, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, yo, yeah, like, what do you even say? Like,
you're not gonna say. I don't know.
All right, how you doing? Bye.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not about to do nothing like
Head down, I'm out the door.
I'm not gonna put on a flamboyant act, even if somebody said that about me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would just be myself.
Word.
You'd be like he'd have to question you. Like he doesn't really seem, because he's not.
Yo, I know gay dudes that used to sell guns. Like,
none of that means that. You know what I mean?
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying,
like none of that means that they're not gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
facts.
It's just that I guess the stereotypical.
Yeah.
But I digress.
That's a
You
fact.
know what I mean? Like, just like one of my favorite lines on nothing else matters. Is that what it's called, or nothing even matters? What is it?
I got you.
Hold on, I'm about to
I think it's just nothing matters. Yeah, it's just nothing matters.
Yeah, so on Nothing Matters, he says he didn't know it was about that life until his was over. I love that bar.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people think that like you have to like showcase aggression to seem aggressive. And it's like not necessarily. Like, you know what I mean? Like if the situation calls for it, there's a person within me that I appreciate leaving dormant most days. There's a oh man, it sounds bad. But like there's a animalistic quality of yourself, of myself, that you hope to never have to tap into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like I don't want to have to be that aggressive.
Yo,
but
definitely.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Facts.
Like put me in a situation where you have to find out how that side of me operates, and there we are.
Bro, I was just out with Kat and a situation, dudes was just, I don't know if they maybe had a few drinks or something like that, but like, yeah, they pulled up. Me and Kat were at the store. And it's just like mad aggressive vibes for no reason, bro. I'm over here looking at zebra cakes and I feel somebody staring at me, yo. And like, yo, older age now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
10 years ago, I'm probably gonna be more inclined to, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but like, I'm just trying to go home and eat my zebra cakes.
When you talk about being younger and having something to prove.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it.
Back to the album, Close Your Eyes and Swing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like wild. Yo, I told you, like, it's the crippin', yo. It's like you can tell, like, I don't know that I don't want to put PTSD on him, but you can tell, like, Vince's upbringing clearly had an impact on it. Shapes who he is, yo. Because like I loved again, Close Your Eyes and Swing into Black and Blue. You know what I'm saying? Like very, very dope 1-2 punch. I mean, the intros is just an intro. It's not like a song or anything like that. But like you're just hearing sound effects. It sounds like they're on. I don't know if they're on like a playground or some shit like that. That's what it kind of sounds like. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna jump homie in at the park, run away. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Close your eyes and swing.
But I think that, like, for me, the fact that it's not, I hate to say it, but there's any slab of concrete where you could literally fight somebody. Mm-hmm. Like for it to be something as violent as like, blessing someone into a gang or whatever the case may be. I think it's just a play on words when you look at stuff like Children's Story being on there to use something that is typically subconsciously endeared to children, like a park.
Yeah.
And like, actually, no, that's where your innocence is going to be lost.
Yeah.
I'm going to introduce you to this side of life.
Little homie's talking about what your life is like after somebody passes and shit.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
So what would you rate the album?
Gut reaction, I want to give it, honestly, my initial reaction, it was a 4, like off the rip.
Okay.
I would, if I'm nitpicking the album, it's probably still a 3.5 out of 5. Okay. And I think that's fair. I think it definitely, like, again, gut reaction where it's just like, I fuck with it in totality. But if I'm gonna dissect it and shit like that, it's definitely like, I wish there were not like 1 or 2 more etouffees, but I think it could have benefited from 1 or 2 things that were a little bit more left.
I got you.
Yeah. You don't gotta go crazy left because like he's gone left in his career and people were like, "What the fuck, yo?" Because they were expecting more gangbanging and shit like that. But it's just what I like right now for my ears, yo. It's just I like my favorite artists to experiment a little bit more. So
it's funny because you said you started at 4 and you went to 3.5.
Yeah, especially because we're preparing, just preparing for the pod. I'm like, okay, maybe I didn't like after maybe, I would say for the listening for the pod was probably my 5th or 6th time hearing it. So them other 4 or 5 times, I'm like, nah, I do like this. Yo, I got this as his, probably in his top 3, at least top 4 in his catalog. And compared to the last 2, I might have it. It's a toss-up between that and the self-titled Vince Staples album, because that's one that was all cohesive. It was pretty much one producer, you know. So and it was like his probably most cohesive project in a while. So, you know, but yeah, I wrestle with that. Only time's gonna tell. It's only been out a week or some change. So
for me,
yep.
Although you went from 4 to 3.5, I went from 3 to 3.5.
Word. That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. I mean, I'm glad
this conversation gives it the 0.5.
Word.
Only because when you're listening to the totality of the parts that maybe could be background noise, makes me feel like maybe the album could come across as mailed in or blah. But if I'm not being an internet nigga and like focusing on what I dislike, but actually focusing on what I like, there's a lot more that I like that I wasn't giving credit to. So I have to go. I can't just say 3. I'd give it a 3.5.
Word. Yeah. 3.5 out of 5. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
Real good. Yeah, that's a solid B plus. You know.
So with that being said, that's what we got for this week.
Yeah, yo, check out that Vince Staples, man.
Please check out, what's that called?
Dark Times. Yep.
What you see is what you get. It's what you get. Then what you see is what you get.